doing? Why aren't you watching Wade's Word of the Day? 8 p.m. every night, Monday through Friday. Yeah, come on, get a word. You'll be blessed by it. Make sure that you tag Ted and text somebody. Tell them to come on into the room. I'm your host, Pastor R.D. Wade. That's what they call me, y'all. Peace. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's Wade's Word of the Day. Yeah, it's Wade's Word of the Day. Thank you for coming into the space tonight. Man, I'm still on a high. I don't know what to tell y'all. I am still on a high from this week's festivities. Man, it's just been bananas this week. I need you to text tag and tell somebody. Tell them to come on into the space. I know it's Sunday night. We ain't going to be long. It's the remix. But man, tonight, listen, we just going to chop it up about all things anniversary. You know, I thought about coming sharing and, you know, different things. But you know what? I just wanted to hang out with somebody in the space tonight. So I got Sister Verlin. She's going to come in and we just going to chop it up, talk about the special moments, the high moments, the low moments. And we want to hear from you, especially those who operate with us in the virtual context. We hope and pray that you felt a part of what was happening, as it relates to LHBC. I know you couldn't be a part of the barbecue, but we did our best. The team did our best to make sure that you felt a part of everything that was going on. And so we want to hear from you in the comments section. We want to hear from you by calling in 203-903-2216. And if you drop it in the comment section and say, hey, I want to come into the video and talk about, you know, all things LHBC, Wade's Word of the Day, so forth and so on, I will actually put the link up for you to even come into the space. So, hey, I don't know about you, but I'm excited. Leon Winstead, we see you. Duchess Scott Ray, we see you tonight. Audrey Barnes-Lee, we see you tonight. So we did a bunch of stuff today. We had the little after party. We had the Sunday service. We just had all things. And so, listen. Get your swag. Do what we need you to do tonight. Come on, invite some folk into the space. Tag them. Tell them to come on in. Yeah, hang out with us for just a little while. Hang out with us for just a little while as we just talk about the celebration. And man, it was just bananas. It was just awesome in every respect. And so I'm going to drop some videos tonight. You know, I don't know if you had a chance to see Edna's video. We're going to drop that. We're going to drop Daphne's video. Yeah, we're just going to have a good time in these brief moments that we have together. So everybody do me a favor. Come on, take your finger. Let it do the talking. Y'all know how we do it in this space, because in this space, we don't tear down, we lift up. In this space, we encourage. In this space, we speak to those things that speak to us, all of those things, mind, body, and spirit. This is a healing space, a safe place. Yeah, a place to hang out in. Yeah, that's why we come into this room. We come into this room to encourage one another that we all might move in the purpose and the plan that God would have for our lives. So I'm excited about it. And y'all know why I'm excited, because, hey, we going viral. Come on, y'all. Hey, here we go. Come on. Put your hands together. Let's go viral. What you gonna do is go I don't know about you, but I need to play it one more time. Hey, come on. Let's go viral. Come on. Gonna do let's go viral. Hey! Let's go viral. Yeah. Man, I don't know about you. Can y'all tell that I'm just like extremely ecstatic, pleased about what God is doing in our lives as it relates to the ministry. Wade's Word, Sunday with LHBC, Worship with Wade. Did you see that? All of those things, all of those connected pieces. Hey, won't y'all do me a favor? Make welcome, man. I just love this lady so much. I love this lady so much. Help me make her feel welcome as we bring her into the space tonight. Y'all see her in the comment section quite frequently. Verlin Barnes. Yeah, she's coming in to hang out with Pastor Wade tonight. Yeah, make her feel welcome. Sister Verlin, what's going on?
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hey, do me a favor, turn your camera down just a little bit so we can get your head, your little. There you go. Yeah, right there. That's the money shot right there. That's the money shot. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
Man, I am doing wonderful. I am doing so wonderful. Just thankful and grateful to be in this space, to be hanging out with you tonight on the remix. And tonight, as I told you, we're just gonna chop it up, just have a good time, just maybe reminisce, talk about all of the festivities this weekend, what we thought worked so wonderfully, what happened so marvelous. We're going to talk about going viral and what that means for the ministry and everything like that. But let me start off this way. So as I was praying through, because oftentimes there are a few people, as I began to really think through what it is that I believe that the Lord is laying on my heart to do as it relates to the ministry. Not everybody, but I have a few people, along with the production team as we're moving through these particular processes, right? And so I'll reach out to a few people and I'll just kind of walk through, because one of the things I'm clear about is you can't give the vision to everybody at the beginning. True. Because it'll be dead on arrival. So you have to have some trusted people that you can just drop some things on them, get some feedback, get some suggestions and everything. And you are one of those people that I quite often, once I believe, okay, this is the direction that I want to go, I'll kind of pick up the phone and I'll holler at you. I'll say, hey, what do you think? And I remember telling you, I called you and I said, hey, Sister Verlin, I'm kind of liking the space that we're in. You remember that conversation?
I do.
And I said, I think I want to take the church, virtual, just completely virtual. You know what I mean? There'll be, and then you was like, oh, I don't know about that. I kind of want to, you remember that?
I do.
You remember that? So
I remember that very well.
Yeah. And I was like, I think I want to, take the church virtual. I think, I think the Lord is pushing us in that direction. And I think it's just going to be absolutely amazing. And so I'm really thinking about that. And when I laid that on you, what was your initial thoughts? Were you like, man, this joker is crazy? What was your initial thoughts? What were you thinking? Like, I don't know. I don't understand what. What were you thinking?
I wasn't completely sold on it, because I was saying, wow, we're not ever going back into church, and what are we going to do? Even though I like the virtual part, but then I like the part of seeing people, in the flesh, and to be able to talk to them and hug them. But I'm so thankful that we do have the virtual church, because of all the pandemic and all like that. Because even when the first part of the pandemic, we were still in church. And if it wasn't for you and God to put that in your mind about the virtual church, where would we be now? So I am completely sold on our virtual church. And just like you say, we have connected with so many people more than we ever connected with ones in the physical building. So let's go viral. Let's do it.
Yeah. I was thinking, as I was thinking about pulling you in tonight, I remembered that conversation, probably about 6 months, 7 months, 8 months ago. And and I remember that, and you was just like, Pastor, I don't know. I kind of want to steal. And I think the crazy thing about it all, I really believe that we have always kind of been, I don't know if it's my personality, I don't know if it's really the direct, just really what the Lord has placed on my heart. But we really have been like on the cutting edge, specifically in our local context, right? When you think about all of these, it just looks normal to go into the physical location and see screens and all of that stuff and people projecting things. But can you remember back when I first started like instituting that in there, and we've always been different. And I think early on, it was a struggle for people to understand it really is your difference that makes the difference, because so many of us are kind of like the nation of Israel in the Old Testament. They had God. God was the one who was providing for them, keeping them. But then they looked over into the far country and they said, oh, they got kings. We want to be like everybody else, right? And sometimes we have a tendency to want to do that, right? Failing to realize it's your difference that makes the difference. And God tried to warn him. He said, you don't want no kings, you got me. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And the man of God, the prophet of God, got kind of sad about it. And God just simply said, hey, give them what they want. It ain't a rejection of you. What they're really doing is rejecting me. And I think sometimes we tend to do that, but I would say our ministry has always kind of been different. Would you agree with that?
It has, and looking back, what I remember too is when we were at Wilson School, and you started showing videos, and people were saying, "Oh, he's showing videos in church." Always have been different, and I'm thankful for it. And then when we stopped having ushers, we have greeters. So many things that we've done different, and it's been a blessing. It really has.
Yeah, I remember we had an in-person service, and there was a church that was invited, to be a part of that. We invited another church to come in, and you're right. We kind of had laid down the whole usher thing a long time ago.
We had greeters.
Yeah, we had greeters and everything like that, and we had retired them white uniforms and them, and them black suits and all of that stuff. Because even on the latter part, when we did, kind of was in the usher thing, we didn't dress, our ushers didn't dress like that. They had on jeans and I think a white shirt or something like that, and a white top and some jeans. Remember all of that? And still just to struggle to convince people it was okay. You know what I mean? That black suit didn't make you an usher, and that white nursing outfit didn't make you an usher, because what we really wanted was everybody to be an usher. We wanted everybody to be welcoming and affirming, right? To greet everybody. But I remember we invited
I remember that too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. We invited the church over to minister, and then they felt they were a little uncomfortable because they didn't see what would normally be an usher kind of at the door.
Right.
And they were ready to fall in. Oh, y'all ain't got no usher. We'll do it. And I said, oh, we don't really have ushers. We have greeters. And then it was like, oh yeah, we know y'all be trying to be different and everything. And I look back on that with such a chuckle. There have been all types of moments like that, right? Would you agree?
I agree. Yeah.
And so I think, down through the years, we have grown together. We have struggled together. We have cried together. We've seen the hand of the Lord, move on our behalf. And I really believe preparing us for this moment. And I just feel like it's just such a great moment to not only be in the kingdom per se, or part of the body of Christ, but really in terms of creativity and being able to stretch beyond those things that make us comfortable. Would you agree with that? What would be your assessment on that?
And my thing is too, it's a blessing how God has anointed you and you have so much knowledge to do what you do. It's just amazing. And I pray that he keep blessing you to let you do all that you want to do.
I'm looking at Audrey Barnsley. Audrey, in the comments, Vernon, she said, I always felt like ushers and DMV employees are alike. You ain't right for that. You ain't right for that, Audrey. But I agree. I agree. Rude. That's what they are. But yeah, so I mean, so this week, I mean, we have done down through the years. I mean, we have really done some big and some great things, right? I mean, we have brought in not only building a church from scratch, I mean, a physical building from scratch all the way up and all of those things. I mean, just wonderful things where we've seen the hand of the Lord move in those spaces. We've had some of the top-notch musicians and preachers come to Waterbury to be with us. Marvin Sapp, Noel Jones, Brian Courtney Wilson. I mean, those were at the time, I'm like, man, can it get any better than that? But I have to say that this year, in the spaces that we have provided over this year, and I would go so far to say even this week, to me, has in my life as it relates to LHBC, this has for me been the greatest week in my ministry. And we have had some high times. And I named off like these top-notch preachers, these top-notch things that come in, building a physical structure and everything. But for me, this week is really what I've been trying to drive our ministry to be for so long. Really about people, really about God, and really about people, and really about community. And, it wasn't big stuff, but it was just people dropping into the space, sharing their heart. And I just felt like, man, in this moment, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. And so for me, this has been one of the greatest weeks, greatest moments for me in ministry here at LHBC. What has this week been like for you?
First of all, when you had the ministers there talking about preaching during the pandemic, it was such an inspiration. I really enjoyed that. And then when you had the youth there on the Millennium, they really blew my mind what they were thinking about. And when you had Duchess and her daughter and the other ones, that was wonderful. All week was wonderful. All week was, and I felt like I felt closer to them after listening to their comments. It was just, everything was just wonderful. And then yesterday, Saturday, that was the icing on the cake, because we haven't seen each other physically. It was so nice to see everyone and to hug everyone and to greet everyone and socialize with everyone. So you're right. I feel this week has been phenomenal for me.
Yeah. This week has been, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I just feel like, I think Duchess Scott said it right. We have grown and we have matured, and we are really moving beyond our slogans per se, right? And so love God, love people, love the community. All are this new phase, which is really kind of the same construct, but all are welcome, all are needed, all shall be changed. And I just feel like God is up to something as it relates to LHBC and all of these connected pieces connecting together, and just so much love, a judgment-free zone,
Yes.
a space of grace and understanding, and all the new folk who have come into the space, the Nina Holmes, the Audrey Barnes,
Oh, yes.
Lee,
Yes.
and Big D, Big Dog, and so
Mm-hmm.
many more, I think have made this time of ministry just so wonderful and so marvelous. What would you say to that?
I agree with you. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. So we've been highlighting some folk this week, right? Some partners. We've been doing it all year long, but this week specifically around the anniversary. Um, and one person who has really been a blessing to our ministry, Sister Charmaine. I think I got her up here. I wanna try to see if I can get her up here. But she did a wonderful poem and everything for us. Let me see if I can pull her into the space. Let's do this. See if I can get her.
Happy anniversary, LHBC. Shout out to Pastor Wade, Miss Lady Shakira. I want to always thank you for your warm and welcome and support. LHB, thank you for your positive energy. Shout out to John for reaching out for me to do this poem. I wrote this poem a few weeks ago off of Pastor Wade's sermon, talking about increasing maturity change. And that sermon inspired me so much. I can't explain what it did to me that day. And as he's preaching his sermon, I'm writing. And that sermon really touched me. And I want to share what I created. Spiritually, let the words light up your soul. That sends signals to you mentally, which help you communicate wisdom. No, spiritually let the truth light up your soul entirely, so nothing can touch you emotionally. That light sends signals to you mentally, which help you communicate and spread God's true wisdom. And what he has done for you will show up physically. If they ask you how you do it, smile and let the word speak for itself. Growth. Keep growing.
That was just dope. That was just dope. Every time I hear Etna, she just blesses me. I just love her spirit. I love that she's connected in the space, and that poem right there, that was just bananas. Can you hear me, Sister Verlin? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, right. That was just bananas. So hey, let's transition to this. So one of the things, the messaging, right? The messaging, what we've been talking about this year. Let's go viral. And I talked about, and that's right, Duchess. Snap it on up. Snap it on up. Etna, she's the bomb diggity. I mean, just dope like that. Tanya Johnson, thank you for coming into space tonight. You know, one of the things we've been talking about as we've been laying out this notion of let's go viral, you know, I gave like 4 points. And one of them was, you've got to participate, because participation is a requirement.
Yeah.
What do you say to people? I mean, help the people who are in the space and those who will listen later on. Why is it important that you not only get connected, but you also participate in ministry? Why is that so important?
Because when you participate in ministry, you get more connected to ministry. And just like when Pastor Wade asked us to do certain things, to do videos, whatever, I'm on it. I mean, y'all can see that I'm on it. You see my videos, and they be laughing at me because before I had the phone that you couldn't do all this stuff. They laughed at me when I had that phone, and now they laugh at me that I have this phone, because I'm doing things that a lot of them they don't even do, and they have had their phone longer than me.
Yeah.
So participation is required. And that's how we get the ministry out to other people. Like they say, tax tag and share, and do your videos, you know, do whatever Pastor Wade asks you to do, because some of you never do it. I'm just speaking the truth. You never do it. And we need participation. That's part of the ministry. It's very important.
Yeah. And it allows the individual, because we don't really, only thing that we promise is that we're not going to ever make you look bad, right? So if you, whatever type of video, whatever you do, we're going to figure out a way, the production team is going to try to figure out a way to always make you look good. So if the video come across grainy, you know, if the words are choppy, through this technology, we can take it and we can do what we do with it, and it comes out wonderfully, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Because one of my videos that they received and Pastor Wade told me, he said, Verlin, I didn't want to make you look bad. So he didn't show my picture. He showed a beautiful background, but you could hear my words, and it was perfect. Yeah.
And that's what we do. And so we're basically saying you don't have to be fearful, right? We want you. This is a great season, not only for us as a ministry to be creative, but it's a great season for you to exhibit your creativity in your own space, in your own time. And most of the time, kind of doing these videos, just simply picking up your phone and just speaking into it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. And then you just drop it down. You just send it to either Deacon Mark for LHBC stuff, or send it to me for Wade's Word of the Day, me or Shakira for Wade's Word of the Day content. And we take it and we do what we need to do with